Hi, my name is Christina McCary, and today I'll be teaching Sun Salutation A in Tadasana. Sun salutations are typically done in the morning and typically facing east. This is a warming up practice that links your breath to your movement, kind of like a vinyasa. The reason this practice is usually done in the morning facing east is to honor and express gratitude to the divine. Whatever divinity means to you, you can kind of interchange the expression of the word sun for either divine or God or light or source or higher intelligence or just divinity, whatever that means to you in your own spiritual practice. I will begin though by setting up the foundations of mountain pose. This pose is standing at the top of your mat. It seems like a really simple practice, but there's actually a whole lot going on when you're just standing in Tadasana. Whenever you're standing here, you're feeling grounded into the earth, but also light and buoyant at the top, with being filled with the light of the divinity. So when you're just standing here, there's actually a whole lot more going on. So we're going to start by building the foundations of that. Let's kind of stand at the top of the mat. We're going to stand tall and bright, giving gratitude for the day. Bring our hands to our heart in prayer and take a moment to bow. Inhale in, exhale out. Now let's start to build our foundations of mountain pose by awakening all four corners of our feet. You're going to place your feet hip-width distance apart in alignment with your sitting bones right here. Just keep that in line with your second toe. And as you place your feet, or you can actually just place your feet together if that's what you choose to do. I prefer to keep my feet a little bit separated. So you're going to ensure that your feet are pointed straight ahead and that the base of your heels are directly under your sitting bones. So you're going to look down at your feet and spread your toes apart. As you spread your toes, you're going to expand the webbing of your feet. You're going to make sure that all four corners are on the ground and you're not lifting either way, turning in and out. And you're going to put each of your toes back down on the ground, and starting with your pinky toe and then rooting all the way down through your big toe mound. And you're going to press down through the center of your heel here, and you'll kind of feel your ankle bones start to lift, and they'll lift in and out, and then you'll feel your arches, your inside and outside arches lift. And you're going to continue to pull energy up, and as you do, you're going to lift your knees so that the four corners of your kneecaps move up in tone, and you're going to make sure you have a little slight bend in your knees so that you're not locking your knees out. So don't do this, don't lock your knees, just make sure you keep them a little slightly bent, toned in and up. You're going to continue pulling the energy up through your inner and outer thighs, and then tone through your pelvis area. Release your inner thighs back down, release the flesh of your buttocks down, release your tailbone down, and lift the frontal hip points up, and lengthen the sides of your torso evenly. So I pull my shoulders up and I pull them back, straight back down on my spine so that I maintain that natural curve in my spine. And just everything's stacked on top of each other. Even my head is going to be stacked over top of my shoulders. I'm drawing my abdomen up, and I'm releasing my front ribs down towards my front hip bones. And then what I'm doing now is I'm going to lift the back of my ribs up, lift the sternum away from the navel, and then I'm going to soften my ribs down, spreading my collarbones apart, widening my shoulder blades apart, releasing my shoulders from my ears, spreading my fingers out wide, and this is Tadasana. So, like I said, you should feel really toned and grounded in your legs and light and buoyant in the upper body. So we're just going to lift, open the chest out, straighten your arms down by your side, externally rotate your upper arms, maintain the openness through your chest, and just feel the light fill in your body today. Take a few deep breaths in and out. Just receive the brightness in your body. Take advantage of this very powerful pose. Lift your crown up through the top of your head. On your inhale, feel your body filling up with light. Exhale, feel your feet grounded down to the earth, feeling safe and secure. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. Just keep your body just completely stacked in alignment. Just relax. Allow a moment just to feel how grounded and safe and bright you feel in your body. Take a moment just to smile. Put on a big smile. It's one of our best ways of releasing endorphins is to smile every day. We're going to inhale. So now that we're at the top of our mat, we're staying in Tadasana. We're about to start our Sun Salutation A. We're going to start by inhaling, reaching our hands up overhead, palms touching. In prayer, look up towards your hands. Pull your collarbones more open. Shoulder blades are, down your back and not up inside your ears. We're going to inhale real deep. Exhale. As we exhale, we're going to pull our hands down through heart center. And we're going to do our first forward fold of the day, bringing our hands right in front of our toes. You really want your hands to be beside your toes, and you want to keep that length in your spine. If this isn't accessible to you, you could bring your hands to your shins just to keep your back nice and straight. You could also use some blocks and just put them down here and just keep just whatever it is that you have to do in order to keep that length in your spine. You don't want to curve over. So now we're down in our first forward fold of the day. We're going to let our head hang heavy. When we inhale, we're going to half lift to flat back, lifting your head, looking forward, squeezing your shoulder blades back and down your back. Extend through the crown of your head, really pushing your hands into your shin to send that sternum forward. Or if you're really flexible, you can keep your hands down on the ground. But right now, this is when we're going to step back into plank pose. Here, you're going to really want to press the ground away with your palms so that your chest is reaching away from your mat. Your heels are pressing into the wall behind you, like so. And this is a really good plank pose. So as you exhale, we're going to lower down into chaturanga. Now, I'm going to pause right here. Chaturanga is really difficult for me because I had shoulder surgery. So instead of actually putting my elbows to a 90-degree angle and kind of pushing my body back, I take my knees down instead. So I'm going to show you what that looks like from plank. So if we're in plank pose, we're just going to drop our knees. And when we drop our knees, we're going to intentionally curve our back and curve our chin and our chest down in between our hands. And then we're going to slowly. Here, your hands are tucked on either side of your lower ribs. Your elbows should be at a 90-degree angle. Lifting your chest, looking forward, hug your elbows in by your sides. Lengthen through the crown of your skull. From here, you could turn your toes down and you can actually press up into a upward facing dog. So we're going to inhale through our chest, roll over onto the tops of our feet and press up, like so. Now here, you're pressing your palms into the earth, you're keeping your thighs lifted off the ground, and you're engaged, spreading through your collarbones. So when we exhale, we're going to be pressing through our palms, rolling our toes, and pushing back into our downward facing dog. And that's what this looks like. Like this. You're creating an upside down V with your body. You're going to push your heels back down towards the ground. Keep a slight bend in your knees. Push your hips up towards the sky. So you push your booty up towards the sky. And this is a downward facing dog. We're just going to take a moment to breathe here. I'm going to inhale and exhale. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. Now make sure that you're drawing your shoulders away from your ears Your head's hanging heavy. Your heels are hanging on the ground. You got that slight bend in your knees. Your hips are pushed up. And just relax here. Fill out your feet a little bit if you need to. Get some more length. Now, we're gonna come back into standing by first bending our knees, lifting our heels, and you can either hop like this towards the top of your mat. What I will prefer to do is I like to lift my heels, push my legs back, put my weight into my hands, and then just slowly walk up. Now I'm going to halfway lift and forward fold over my thighs again, tuck in my chin. On the next inhale, I'm going to reach up. Hands coming up in prayer above my head, and slowly bring them down into my heart center and bow. Now, we're going to do that again, except for without all the instruction. I'm just going to kind of flow through it. That way you can kind of get it without me stopping. So we're going to come back to the top of our mat again. We're going to start in Tadasana, feeling real nice and bright through our body. We're going to inhale, lift our arms up into prayer above our head, look up, lengthen our spine, make sure everything is stacked correctly. And we're going to forward fold by bringing our hands down through our heart center and down to each sides of our toes. Now we're going to take a couple breaths here. Inhale, exhale. We're going to halfway lift, looking forward. As we look forward, we're going to, on our next exhale, we're going to step back into plank pose. Inhale, exhale, back into plank. Remember our foundations for plank. And we're going to go down into a chaturanga. I drop my knees on my chest, move through cobra into upward facing dog. As we're in upward facing dog, I'm going to roll back into downward facing dog. And downward facing dog, my heels are gonna fall to the ground, slight bend in my knees, hips lift up to the sky, shoulders away from my ears, head hangs heavy, weight is in the palm, in the pads of my feet. And now, I'm gonna take a couple breaths here. Inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale. And now we're gonna slightly bend our knees, lift our heels forward, walk forward to the top of our mat, halfway lift, look forward, forward fold, let our head hang heavy, tuck our chin, keep that length in our spine. And now we're gonna, on our next inhale, come all the way up. And hands above head in prayer. Look towards your hands, bring your hands down in front of your chest. And that is Sun Salutation A. I want to thank you for taking the time to practice with me today. I am so honored and I express my gratitude to you. The divine light inside of me sees, recognizes, and honors the divine light in you. Namaste. Have a great day.